to refresh your palate and get passionate about your everyday ingredients. So who's as passionate as this guy? I don't know.
Right
We've got
here.
Chef Randy Feltis in the twist on a traditional steak, but I mean, it's a twist on almost everything.
And it's just in another planet.
It's another planet.
It's another planet. It's completely crazy. And you know what? The only way I can describe the finished product is it bends your head a little.
Okay. Can I tell them what it's called?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we
yeah,
get there.
for sure.
So it's
This is exciting.
butternut squash pancakes with Swiss chard and watermelon steak. So isn't that cool? That was a lot.
That was a lot.
There's a lot
You know,
going on.
the Swiss chard and then the pancakes, like that's fine.
Yeah.
But the watermelon steak, I mean, like we're taking let's be honest. First of all, if cauliflower can become a steak, why can't watermelon become a steak? Anything can become a steak, right?
That's right.
And you're seeing that everywhere. And this was originally, I've been seeing a lot more watermelon in salads, and now people are kind of like smoking it and doing things like that. I was like, what if you did a smaller portion and you made it taste like a steak? So you went savory instead of sweet.
That's so cool.
So let's start with picking a watermelon.
Yeah, let's. So what should we be looking for?
You want
to buy one?
I know you work out a lot, but like
that's a good
it's got
size.
some weight. It's got some good weight to it, right? So it has to.
So that's a good thing.
It has to look heavier. It has to be heavier than it looks.
Okay.
So it's kind of like those medicine balls in the gym when you're like, whoa, that's like a 15-pounder. I wasn't expecting that. Next thing you want to do is slap it.
Okay.
Right? It should kind of echo a little bit and feel kind of solid, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's good. And then you want to look at the yellow spot. If it's bright yellow, that's not ready. It's not ripe yet. So you want it a little bit darker, almost like a creamier color.
Okay.
And then you're certainly going to get the ripest watermelon you've ever seen.
Nice.
So you take a look at this one's little brother here, kind of open it up, make sure you're on a flat surface, and then you're going to cut it thick, like, 2.5-inch thick.
Because it's steak. Right?
Well, what we have to do here, and this is kind of like the crazy part, is we have to almost evaporate all the water out of the watermelon. And then that's going to become like this kind of texture that like kind of lends itself to maybe tuna or maybe even like a rare sea or ostrich or something.
Ooh, nice. Okay, because that was going to be my first question. Watermelon is mostly water.
Yes, it's got a lot of water in
So
it.
how do you make that into a more meaty substance, but you take all the water out?
If you feel that,
That's pretty
that feels good, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a lot of water there, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna shrink it down. Now, it's an easy process, but it's a long process.
Got it.
So we're gonna make it taste like steak. So in order to do that, we're gonna do a steak marinade.
Let's do that.
Right? Ginger.
You got some
garlic,
good stuff in here.
What you'd normally put in a steak marinade, you're looking at all these savory stuff, and it's gonna like kind of beef it up a little bit.
Some Dijon.
Worcestershire.
Yes.
Just imagine what that's gonna do to your watermelon. People are starting to feel a little weird right now. They're starting to go, what are you going with this?
Like, what's happening?
Miso paste. This is like, this is famous to kind of get that kind of like steaky flavor going on. If you like a little bit of heat.
Do it.
Do you like a lot of heat?
Okay, why not?
There, right?
Yes.
And then I mean, like, I don't know, with my steak, I like
a little bit of wine.
Red wine. Right?
Nice.
So I always put it in a Ziploc bag, give it a shake. Kind of like, just move it around.
A little shaky,
feels good in there, right? And then in the watermelon steak goes. 12 to 24 hours.
Okay,
right?
This is serious.
So it's getting weird. I get it. We're on the weird train right now, but it's going to get there.
We're all uncomfortable.
And he's going to take it to where that watermelon gets a little seshed. And it feels a little uncomfortable. It kind of looks like this.
Okay.
That is exactly what we're after.
But it's held its shape and everything, and so there's a little bit of the water has been sucked out of it.
And a little bit of miso's been put in.
Yeah.
We're going to hit it with heavy salt.
Very nice.
Right? And a little bit of my favorite steak seasoning, za'atar.
Yes.
I just like saying it, za'atar, right? But this now looks like it's taking on this kind of look of like, I don't know, like a really expensive tuna steak.
Yes.
Right? It's kind of looking funky. It's starting to make a bit more sense now.
Yeah.
Hot pan, olive oil.
Super duper hot.
Right? And then here we go.
Oh, that's a good steak.
I was like, this is really strange. You gotta bear with me. It's gonna get really interesting. So to pair it up, I mean, we got something a little strange. We got to go with a little bit of a craziness as far as what we're pairing it up with.
Yeah.
So I've got this amazing pancake recipe. It's kind of a Bellini recipe. You'll have to go online, but it's super simple. Eggs, a little bit of flour, and touch of sour cream and butternut squash puree.
Lovely.
And just like,
That's such a great idea. So the first thing I asked you, is this breakfast? Is this brunch? Is this lunch? Is this dinner? He's like, it doesn't matter, okay?
Yeah, we're good.
You just want to eat it.
If someone served me this for breakfast, I'd be like, this is great. I'd like a coffee, please. That's good. I don't even skip the orange juice. It's fine. Ready to go. Lunch, I'd be okay with it. Dinner, you could do it little canapes. Like you'd slice it thin. You could serve it on the Bellini. People would think you're fancy.
Absolutely.
Like I'm feeling fancy. I don't know. So let's skip forward.
Okay.
What we're going to do is 15 minutes per side. And what you're gonna see is the juices are gonna come out, and it's gonna evaporate all the juice, and all that like sweetness is gonna kind of match up with our saltiness and our beefiness from the miso and everything else.
And it's gonna be a beautiful relationship.
Oh, it's gonna get like,
Flip it.
this is a marriage. So you can start to see the dark caramelization there, but you can just imagine after 15 minutes per side, it's gonna kind of like, it's just gonna get smaller and smaller, right? And it's gonna get more dense, it's gonna get more delicious. And here,
oh, wow,
take a look at that.
really looks like tuna.
Right? So it's a good shrimp, right?
That is cool.
And then what we're gonna do, this is, you know.
Is add some butter.
Well, it's a steak, right? Add some butter, add a little bit of thyme.
Okay.
And then, you know, we're just gonna like kind of give it a little bit of a nappe. So we mix this around a little bit.
Bathing it a bit?
Bathe it a little bit, kind of give it the tilt, and just kind of like, you know, on top. Because, you know, it's very healthy, so we gotta put some butter in there.
You have to.
Even that all out.
All of the healthy traits you took out of the watermelon, and then you added butter.
Exactly. So to go to the plate, we're just gonna go like 3 little blinis there, right?
Nice.
I got some Swiss chard from my garden.
Good.
Right? I mean, this time of year, this stuff keeps growing and growing. Just cut it down, it'll come back, I swear.
What a great idea for a meal, though, because we know so many people are going plant-based, and this is, you know, people are going plant-based, but they want the food to taste good. You don't want to feel like you're eating dandelions.
Well, like I said, it's going to take a bit of a process, but the actual techniques aren't difficult. The process and the waiting time is a little bit like it's an hour on the stove. But, you know, the result, take a look at this. Like, it's really strange because this feels like a rare seared duck breast. It's kind of got some movement to it.
It's got a little bit of jiggle.
It's got a little jam to it. So you ready for this?
Oh, you're going to actually cut into this?
Oh, no, we're going to go in. Ready?
Okay. Sounds good to me.
It cuts like a steak. Like there's a little bit of tension on the knife.
You made
but
it
if
all
you do
steaky.
this
Oh, wow.
and open it up, take a look at that. We're gonna hold one behind like this.
Randy, that's amazing.
Doesn't that look just like?
Don't drop it.
Amazing. Don't get on there. Get on there.
Oh my God, the plate's so far away.
I know, it's a long little journey. Right?
Okay. Oh, but
so
you did
here
it.
we go.
He's such
but
a pro.
Hear me out. Face. I need to just watch you bend your head around it.
Okay.
All right.
Shall I
now
go
it's
for
a little
it?
bit of it, and then you just like chew, and you're kind of like, I'm a little strange.
But it's fresh inside.
And then it bursts on you, and you're like, that's the most delicious steak I've ever had.
I love it, Randy. Cityline.tv for the recipe. It's really good, guys. Let's go to break. It's